might actually be the most revolutionary entry of this year's Eurovision. Just a cliche, just a big ball of cliches. That's what it is. Arguably one, if not the best lyricism we have seen in Eurovision history. No metaphors, no symbolism, no nothing. It's just so mediocre, so boring, so seen before. It's such a dishwater ass soap opera type of song. I promise I'm not depressed. That much. Hello, hi, вітаю, добре дошли. It's your boy, Gorom. Your favorite and the most hated Slavic Eurovision correspondent. And welcome back to the home of hatred. It's nice to have you back.
Guess who's back?
And if you have followed this channel recently, this is part 2 of ranking and analyzing the lyrics of Eurovision 2025, all 36 of them. This is in fact part 2.
I don't like her songs.
So if you haven't already watched part 1, make sure to do so after you're done with this part to see where your favorites have ranked.
It's the Bulgarian clown in you.
Okay.
Basically, in this video, we will be diving deep into the lyrics, deciphering them and the messages of every single competing country at Eurovision 2025, all 36 of them.
But you're getting me to kind of lock me.
Even though we're gonna be deciphering all of them, sadly, I do not have the time to properly dive deep and analyze every single aspect of them, because this video would be 4 hours long, and this is already part 2 of it.
Don't you ever shut up!
I have reviewed almost every single one of the entries, and I have properly dived deep into the lyrics, so you can go check out those after you're done with this video to see what I said about your favorite.
You look big.
Oh no! No way!
And as the proclaimed king of Eurovision lyrical analysis, and also the most hateful cunt over here, who else better to do this challenging job other than I?
He's clearly incredibly egotistical.
So in today's episode, we will be going over the second batch of the entries of 2025.
What?
Analyzing them and ripping their lyrics and messages to shreds while also ranking them.
I feel like I've made some sort of evil plan.
Before we begin, as always, I'm gonna remind you that you can always subscribe. We are a new channel on the Eurovision YouTube scene, sorta kinda, and by joining the God of Mental Asylum, you'd help me out a lot, and God knows I need a lot of help.
True.
I have analyzed almost all of the 2025 entries properly and in depth, so if you fancy a good crash out and a video essay style deep dive into the lyrics and messages of Eurovision songs, this channel will definitely float your boat. Okay, are you ready, guys? Go. So, before we begin and proceed with the second batch, I'm gonna be bringing back part 1 Gotham to explain you and tell you everything you need to know about the tiers.
Thank you, but I don't want to know.
Enough yapping, let me introduce you Gunners to the tiers. We have 7 lovely tiers which will be guiding us and aiding us in this very difficult and challenging job.
Don't you ever shut up!
Starting with the very first tier, it's all divas, no human beings, of course. This is a reference to the winners of last year's Gotham Lyrics Awards.
Dyslexia.
Ukraine, Jerry Hell, and Alona,
Alyona.
Teresa and Maria. We are paying homage to them, so this tier is reserved for the top of the top. Genuinely incredible lyricism. We cannot believe that it's even on the Eurovision stage. It's just the amuse-bouche, you know?
I love that!
Then we have the Salvador Sobral Award. Not quite the ultimate tier, but still very, very good. Very nice substance. There is actual symbolism, metaphors, all of that fun stuff. You get it?
I'm pregnant!
Then we have 8 points from Spain.
8 points from Spain.
It's not really mid, but at the same time it's not that intriguing. There is substance, but it's not as inspiring as the first 2 tiers, which brings us to the middle tier, mid-festival, and it's fine. It's very formulaic, it's very safe. It's something that Eurovision sees quite often.
Bloody cares! Boring!
Then we have Eurovision So Confusing, and this is where we start entering into the gutter. It gets confusing, or it's just still not bad, but it's kind of, what are we doing really?
And the madness.
Then we have its Jover, like, mama, this is trash. Not very lucrative. Not at all, actually.
Yes, the camera loves your nastiness.
The final tier, the very bottom of the barrel, we have human rights violation. This tier is reserved for the worst of the worst. It should be a war crime. Burn it, get rid of it. Just no words are enough. I'm calling the cops, I'm calling the International Criminal Court to put an arrest warrant on the asses of the songwriters and the people responsible for the lyrics. So, that sums up our tiers. We have already ranked and analyzed half of the entries. Let's see where we're currently standing right now. You can see it on your screen. Our leaders right now, we have Albania, Italy, and Greece. So now that we have that out of the way, let's start the yapping and see who will be joining the winners of last year's Gotham Lyricism Award. Ukraine with Jerry Hale and Alona Teresa Maria. And we will be going over the entries in alphabetic order, starting off with Latvia. Keeping our good streak, we have the masterpiece Burman Laimi.
I can't be your mother.
And Latvia's entry might actually be the most revolutionary entry of this year's Eurovision, together with Albania and the next country we're gonna be talking about in a second.
Do you want spoilers?
Burman Laimi is less of a song in the traditional sense, but a full-blown pagan Baltic ritual. The lyrics being stripped down to just a couple of lines, which are repeated, is not a disadvantage. More so, that's done intentionally, as this way they echo the structure of ancient Baltic folk chants, also known as buramvardi or incantations, where repetition was key to unlocking that spiritual protection.
This is taking me to the imperial heights of my inner realm.
The title of the song, Burman Laimi, or Summon Happiness in English, points to the very core of the lyrics. It's a mantra that is deeply tied culturally to the long-standing Baltic and Latvian tradition of folk chants that are sung for protection and act as a sort of a spiritual shield that protects people from evil and bad energy. The central phrase of the entry is summon, 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 cannot ruin me. It's a call for resilience and serves as a personal guarding against misfortune. Perhaps the most fascinating part of the lyricism, however, is found in the lines. Others are making a bridge of copper, I'm making one of oak. Ugh, this imagery, I'ma bust any second.
This is disgusting!
Here, we're not only introduced to the fabulous contrast between the copper and the oak, which juxtaposes the fleeting and almost corrupted modern society focused on material goods, represented by the symbol of the copper, a metal that, despite being shiny and sort of pressure,
Dyslexia.
can still very much corrode. And returning to the very essence of life, nature, represented by the oak, as the oak is sacred in Baltic culture and is linked to Perkons, the thunder god.
There's more? Okay.
And revert as a symbol of endurance, wisdom, and divine strength. Thus, the bridge metaphor becomes a declaration of values, rejecting the artificial and temporary in favor of natural resilience, where happiness can truly be found. The emphasis on the power of nature via the symbol of the oak is again very tied to honoring the folk heritage of Latvia. It's, in a way, almost a love letter to the collective cultural memory Latvians share.
Never had high hopes for Latvia anyway.
Burman Laimi stands as a reminder that true strength doesn't shout, it echoes from the past.
I love that!
I love the Baltics. I love Latvia. I love Latvia. I could praise and goon over this country for hours on end, so let's just stop the dick riding of the nation of Latvia.
You're nothing but a... How dare you come in? But you are! You better see...
And give Tau tomatoes their flowers by putting them in tier 1. All divas, no human beings. Where they belong. That is the truth of the matter.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Similarly to Italy and Latvia, we will be praising the next country just as much because we have Lithuania. And I swear to God, if there's anything the Lietuvans can do, is never disappointing in Eurovision. Never. These hoes bring it every single time, and they really brought it this year. As I mentioned a minute ago, this is the other entry that is revolutionary, and that's the case because it's alternative rock mixed with post-punk, emphasis on post-punk, and post-punk has not made an appearance in the contest before this entry this year. The most prominent aspect of this entry, both lyrically and sonically, is not that it's just a song, but a whole-fledged atmosphere. The atmosphere being the typical one found in Eastern Europe post-punk songs. Pure misery. It evokes the bleak grayness of the former Eastern Bloc, typical for post-punk as a genre, as it's a musical genre that is born from disillusionment, and it fits perfectly with Lithuania's and Eastern European historical backdrop. Yes! A region marked by repression, collapse, and a long, painful struggle for identity.
Clearly the struggle is real. Katya!
This very same chilling atmosphere is immediately created by the opening lines. Empty talks only fuel the fire, houses are burning, they begin to collapse, while also introducing the focal lyrical element of the song, destruction and decay. These two represent the slow crumbling of society, of meaning, of stability. Conflict, inaction, and apathy lead everything to fall apart. Foundations of everything have already begun to rot. And this destruction is not only external, it's also internal devastation of our very inner structures as human beings, caused by the total emotional corruption of society and the weight of inherited trauma. The core of the lyrics is the symbol of the eyes, which are famous for being the windows to the soul, and thus all the pain, truth, and helpless empathy. The lines, "Your eyes see pain, only give a feeling to my eyes," highlight that shared suffering is deeply human, even when we cannot do anything to stop it. There is a deep emotional burden in simply witnessing someone else's hurt, especially when you're powerless to ease it. Then we're introduced to arguably the song's most haunting moments. "Don't be afraid, in your dreams I cry, only in your dreams I cry." This line reveals how sorrow lives just beneath the surface. Pain might be repressed during our life, but it becomes apparent in our dreams, in moments beyond our control. Crying in dreams becomes a metaphor for emotional repression, grief too personal and too dangerous to fully express. Immediately with the atmosphere of misery and grey bleakness, I have sold.
8.5!
And the post-punk elements in this are just like selling this entry to me more. Whatever that means. What I mean is we're putting this into tier 2, the Salvador Sobral Award, and I promise I'm not depressed. That much.
I have to laugh.
And ending our streak of top tier entries, we have an entry which lyrically I'm conflicted with, because I don't know if I dislike it or just about tolerate it.
He's a bitch.
We have Luxembourg. At its core, Poupée de Son.
Dyslexia.
At its core, La Poupée Montluçon is an homage to Luxembourg's 1965 winner, Poupée de Cire, Poupée de Son.
L'amour n'est pas que dans les chansons, poupée de cire, poupée de son.
In the winning entry of 65, the protagonist of the singer, France Gau's doll, was passive and unknowingly manipulated, while in this year's entry, Laura Thorne's version, the main doll, protagonist of Laura Thorne, fights back. We can see that immediately in the beginning of the song with the rejection of misogynistic narratives with the line, "Forget me, I'm not your puppet." It's rejecting to be controlled, and this new doll is not just singing, she's choosing her sound, leading the music, and defining her own self without interference of a male puppet master.
Strong, she's powerful, She knows what she wants.
However, despite the fact that this song seems progressive, La Pupe Monte song can be seen as an example of something called glass feminism.
What? Call it a day.
AKA a version of empowerment that looks progressive on the surface but may not fully disrupt the deeper dynamic it claims to challenge. While the lyrics assert that the female protagonist is regaining her independence in a way and rejects control, the song is still written by two men, and here comes the question of who's really driving the narrative.
You're a slag and a liar.
The track reclaims control and is centered around female empowerment, but only within a pre-established Eurovision framework built on nostalgia and male-authored history. It's empowerment that feels polished and performative rather than radical or really unique. It's almost as if it's feminism framed in glitter but still behind glass. Nothing revolutionary whatsoever, to sum it up.
Just not.
This to me feels like it's lacking in inspiration, so I don't know, to me, it's deserving of an adequate mid-festival tier, but I deeply appreciate the reference and the homage to the 1965 winner. I gotta give credits where it's due, you know what I mean?
Some people have to fill the lower ranking.
Up next, we have Malta. Okay. It is a basic girly up-tempo song relying on kitsch and camp with a lack of high lyrical quality. It is quite mid and simpleton.
Fuck this shit!
But the redeeming factor truly is the serving cunt bit. Other than that, it's nothing special. I mean, lyrics like only lovers no enemies, feel it around me, queen energy, and why should we let other people decide when we could be having the time of our lives cannot move me in any way whatsoever. But props where it's due. Serving Cunt has become an iconic Eurovision lyrical moment, and for that we will be giving an adequate place for Malta in the mid-festival tier. But I have so much time for her. I don't even know. Mirjana, call me, I wanna have porn star martinis with you go.
Hope you keep on serving cunt.
And that brings us to our favorite Balkan mother. We have Nina Zizic and Montenegro. Okay, stick with me because we have something here. Dobrodošli, or welcome in English, is lyrically a piece dedicated to torment and inner suffering. Whether it's due to past trauma or something else, it's clear that it's an outcry, even if it's a restrained one. The lyrics explore the emotional toll of suffering in silence, shown mainly through the repeated use of the line, "Put a smile on your face, endure it all, it will pass." This line gives the impression that the protagonist tries to almost convince themselves to believe in it, not letting their emotions show in front of others, avoiding vulnerability. It's clear that they're trying their hardest to mask their suffering, almost as if society pressures them to do so, to push through adversity without complaining.
All you've done is complain.
I especially like the symbolism in the lines, where's everyone now, they're behind the walls, braiding flowery reds. It expresses femininity almost as in a ritual, accompanied by isolation, creating this image of women performing softness while bearing invisible wounds due to the flowery reds.
Talk about something different.
The hotel of my weakness becomes a metaphorical space where vulnerability is on display for others to witness, judge, or ignore, a public exhibition of private pain. The repeated question, yeah, but when, asking when the pain will ease after each promise that it will pass, serves as a quiet but pointed protest to just having to accept reality, this harsh reality.
I'm not gonna take this! You cannot do this!
It challenges the way others dismiss your suffering. I don't know, I didn't expect to find something deep when analyzing the lyrics, but there you have it.
Okay, compliment season.
And I think this is deserving of tier 3 8 points from Spain, which, great for Montenegro. This sounds like a read, but I'm happy. I'm happy, I promise. This is genuine.
You're a nasty bitch of a girl.
Up next, we have the Netherlands. Let's go. It goes la, 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 la. As honorary Dutchie, I'm trying my hardest not to be biased.
I'm not
You know, I'm not a slut from Holland.
But in this case, it won't be that difficult for me, trust. I will sadly not focus on this so much since I have already covered it. Plus, I don't have all that much to say about it.
Listen, boo, you can shake your head all you want.
The lyrics of C'est la vie are sincere and sweet, they are, but not beyond simple and basic. It is a tribute to Claude's mother and her life philosophy of seeing the bright side of things despite hardships, something she used to remind him of all the time when he was little, which is very sweet.
The hypocrisy.
But come on, it's phrased in such a banal and uninspiring way. It goes up, it goes down and around and alive. It's la 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 life, it's la 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 life. And this highlights the cyclical and predictable nature of life. But it's meh. It's truly meh. And I'm sorry, I might sound like a cunt right now, but
You are rotten to the core. Call the police.
I will not bite my tongue just because it's the Netherlands and just because it's a personal story. If you're wording it out badly, I'm gonna call it out.
What kind of people are you?
The only line I can find myself truly and kinda enjoying is I still hear my mama's voice inside of me, the melody. Since it's the part of the lyrics that is really touching to a certain extent.
Not for me.
Even though not lyrically complex, the lyrics are still endearing, but again, it's not revolutionary by any means. And if they're mid, they're mid. And for mid, you get tier 4, mid-festival and tier.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Don't kick me out of the country, please. I need to live here.
Go home, Gail.
Up next, we have Norway. Is it a basic song about empowerment? Yes. Without knowing the context that it's about his mother and her battle with cancer, would I have assumed that it was about a breakup? Yes, I would have.
And that is the truth of the matter.
The lyrics chart a journey on managing to face the harsh reality of life. You got me to dim my light. And finding strength in yourself to carry on and continue the fight. I'll be my own lighter. And the central metaphor here is the one of becoming one's own source of fire, aka the lighter and the strength and the fire that reflects a refusal to be defined by past pain or present one. Symbolically, fire represents both destruction and rebirth, burning down what hurt you to reignite your own spark and find the true power and courage within you.
Everything about it is just so formulaic. It's like, oh, it's a Eurovision song.
It's not particularly subtle, but it's effective. This is about survival, self-worth, learning to be your own survivor. I'm not trying to be mean, I really like that it's about his mother, but self-empowerment songs don't really float my boat, and that's just the truth, so
And that is the truth of the matter.
I'll sadly have to put this into tier 4 mid-festival, but I still appreciate the personal connection Kyle has with the lyrics in the song, so at least there's that. At least I'm being kind, you know, I'm a sweet soul.
Somebody lied to her several times.
Up next, we have the mother. We have Poland. I don't want any contact with Poland.
I don't want any contact with Poland.
Here we find ourselves looking at a very formulaic lyrical concept and core theme. Uplifting yourself and owning your worth, aka empowerment once again, fuck's sake.
I deeply dislike or I hate Poland.
But in the case of Gaia, it's tackled in a very almost innovative way. In the lyrics, Justina as the mother of Eurovision.
Oh my god, I am 52 years old and I am too sexy.
Positions herself in the role of Gaia, or Mother Earth. That, as a goddess of everything, is all-powerful and possesses both a nurturing force that creates life. They call me Gaia, I'm the love, I'm the life of all imagined, and a vengeful power that can cause destruction and devastation. The world drowns as it watches me cry, I'll be holding it close in my arms. These two sides of her energy and power make her into this almighty enigma.
The enigma.
That can influence the course of things, of everything. These two sides complement each other, and without one, the other one wouldn't be present, and her power wouldn't be as ferocious. I'm the creator of your DNA, your soul's destruction, and your salvation. The theme of her force and power is even expressed through the lens of ancient mythology and Slavic culture, via the use of the Slavic mythological chants called Agma.
I'm nodding like I understand, but I'm not so sure I do.
Used to call upon spiritual forces. Zargu for health and success, Raga to fight evil, Ura for creativity and positive energy, Gara, Yarga and Yarun for clearing negativity and justice, Era for protection of the home and the loved ones, and Charudoro for overcoming weaknesses.
To the semi-finals.
This is just the way to do a female empowerment Eurovision entry.
Oh, honestly.
It has a flavor of uniqueness to it, and it's most importantly not cookie cutter by any means, like some other countries. Spain.
¡Sí que vamos a soltar la bomba!
I wanted to be objective and try not to be biased because of the whole Slavic thing within the lyrics, of me being a Slavic cunt as well. But at the end of the day, this is my list and this is my channel, so there's the door if you don't like it. Suck your mum.
How can everyone else be wrong and you right, Kim? How can everyone...
Jesus.
I'm putting this into tier 3, 8 points from Spain. And up next we have Portugal. Listen up, sheeple. I love this song and the lyrics behind it. I be crushing the fuck out to them.
The chorus.
It sounds like a Hanoi socialist anthem.
Girl!
The main message of this song, this entry, these lyrics is connected to my favorite thing about Portugal that is always somehow tied into the messages of their Eurovision entries almost every single year. Saudade, the Portuguese word for that feeling of deep nostalgic longing.
I know lots of stuff, you know. I watch Tudors.
In Deslucado, Saudade is framed as something so heavy that it barely fits in a suitcase. And that brings us to the more specific message of the lyrics, the pain of moving away, leaving home, and feeling culturally disconnected in the new place.
Wait, is this a fucking play about us?
If I explain to you word by word, you'll never understand the pain that silences me, the loneliness that haunts the moment of departure. The entirety of the lyrics just reflects on how big the emotional weight of leaving home is, and how home is never just a city or a place, but a part of your identity. The contrast between the pile of concrete and the heart of the ocean sits at the very core of the symbolism in the lyrics. The sea of people, the different sun, the pile of concrete doesn't provoke me, it doesn't feel like home. As the city represents alienation, while the island, Madeira, that sits in the heart of the ocean, symbolizes belonging, memory and nostalgia for the past, for a time that could be defined as carefree, a time of memories. Also, the line, "Mom, look out the window, I'm coming home," is just so crushing. I don't know, it just might be because of my life situation right now and my life in general the past year, because it has been the exact same as this narrative and these lyrics.
I'm telling you too much about my personal life.
But yeah, I just sob to these lines like a bitch every single time. And for that, I'm gonna put it into tier 2, the Salvador Sobral Award, as where it should be, because I don't give a fuck. And as we were praising 2 entries and having fun and being all positive, it's time for
Miss Jackson.
For an abortion of a streak, starting things off with San Marino. Let me just start off with reciting some of these lines. Then tomorrow we'll regret saying I love you. Who here hears us? All of Italy. Yeah, regret is what I be feeling after listening to this and reading this. Enough is enough. Bye. I do not have the time for this, nor will I.
Oh, no. No, this isn't music.
Just, it's drawer. Put it in its drawer and forget about it, because I definitely want to forget about it.
Die.
Oh, boy, here we go with whatever the fuck this is. We have Serbia. It's just the biggest cliche out there. It's so naff, it's so just basic. It's such a dishwater-ass soap opera type of song. Of course about love, cause why would it be about anything else?
There's more? Okay.
And it tries so hard to be dramatic while it's just so cringy and meh and ridiculously outdated. It's so outdated. Like, if it was a surface, this song, one sweep of the finger, dust. Dust, mama, dust.
Old maiden type of shoes.
I'm so bored. I'm just yawning, falling asleep. No, something else. Do my eyebrows, something else.
Something else. Do my eyebrows, something else.
Again, just it's over. We're moving on because we're moving on.
I am out.
Okay, controversial opinion incoming. We have Slovenia. Okay, with this entry, I'm gonna be drawing a stark separation between the lyrics and the message of the entry, as the message I find deeply touching. It's about the diagnosis of Clement's wife with a terminal illness and her managing to continue the battle with this hardship despite all odds. For him, for their kid, for herself as well.
Oh my gosh.
Which obviously, I'm not that big of a ruthless monster to just dismiss. I do find it truly touching. However, the lyricism is awful. Because the lyricism is just so literal. No metaphors, no symbolism, no nothing.
This is the worst song she's ever put out.
They're raw, not in the way I like lyrics to be. There's just no layering here. It just falls flat for me and it's so overly descriptive. Again, we could use an interpretation approach. We cannot do that here because there are no metaphors. There is no symbolism.
And that is the truth of the matter.
Everything is just so damn literal. One of the reasons why I love diving deep into lyrics and analyzing them is because there are just so many possibilities for interpretation. And here, that is completely missing. You cannot interpret these lyrics in any other way. There is just one single approach to interpretation with this entry, and to me, that just clearly signals that there is a lack of artistry in the entry and the lyrics. Sorry.
And the song is so meh.
The only redeeming factor is the personal message behind this. Otherwise, this would be down in the gutter. But right now, it's just in tier for Eurovision. So confusing because I would feel very bad if I put it in a tier below that.
Since when did you become ethical?
And continuing our streak of blunders that can only be found in Polish cuisine, we have the kings of mediocrity, Spain. I mean, as per usual, what else? Spaniards can never do anything successfully, we've been new. And that's the truth of the matter.
And that is the truth of the matter.
You guys know me, I'm not impressed by female empowerment entries that are just basic.
Just not. Done.
Whatsoever. Unless they're done in a unique way, like Poland. And this entry, as a diva, is everything but unique. It's just so mediocre, so boring, so seen before. Just a cliche, just a big ball of cliches. That's what it is. It's like the Spanish went over a checklist of cliches and didn't rest until they checked off every single goddamn fucking box. A diva is simple, like a mere mortal. A diva doesn't step on anyone else to shine. A diva is so brave, so powerful. Her life's like a garden full of thorns and roses. I mean, come on, this is just such a recycled telenovelas lyrics mess. Just beyond abysmal.
Beyond abysmal.
It sounds like a Drag Race verse written by a filler queen that got eliminated 7th on her season.
Does this song need to be heard? I'm not so sure.
Or something along those lines. It's just no. It's over. I want to forget about it. And they're gonna be pissed again because of this. I don't care.
I don't think you know who you're dealing with here.
And up next, we have one of the fan favorites. We have Sweden. Thank God this year I won't be slagging off Jimmy Joker Tonefeld, who is wanted for crimes against lyricism. You will be prosecuted one day for your crimes, Jimmy. Trust. I don't know, guys. It's obvious that the song is about a sauna. And that the lyrics are nothing special either because it is about a sauna. It is entertaining, it is funny, it's very easygoing and enjoyable, especially the perkele bit. It's a silly song about a sauna. What else would we expect? Like, I'm not expecting a lyrical masterpiece or some deep historical content from this. And I'm not Scandinavian, saunas make me feel like I'm about to die of a stroke, so... Mid-fest to volunteer? It's still fun nonetheless. At least it's different. Talk about something different, you know?
Talk about something different? There's something wrong with you, hon.
Moving to not only lyrically the rawest and most heartbreaking song out of Eurovision 2025, but also arguably one, if not the best lyricism we have seen in Eurovision history. We have Switzerland. If you have been a consistent follower of this channel, you would know how much I love the lyrics of this entry. I have already analyzed them in depth and I cannot wait to do so again one more time. Because they truly deserve more and more recognition every single day. It will never be enough for this entry.
True.
Voyage, despite being such a fragile entry, it explores deep and very serious themes like pain and trauma, and especially the slow, long and often exhausting process of healing and learning to forgive yourself. Again, it all feels very natural, almost like a personal and intimate confession, and definitely not forced, despite carrying heavy emotional weight.
It's like a beautiful broth that is just full of richness and really high quality ingredients.
The key symbolism of the lyricism of this song is the flower. Delicate yet persistent, and it represents the inner child within us, still tender, still hopeful, in a world that keeps trying to harden it. But that gentleness is met with pain, which we can find in the lines, "You throw words at me that choke me, no matter what, I'll lie next to you tonight." They break the innocence, hinting at trauma of staying close to harm, and it's not just about a toxic relationship, it's about how we internalize pain, even invite it because it feels familiar.
Oh my gosh.
Let me love you even if you don't. Again, heartbreaking, acts almost as a plea, a raw one at that, for self-forgiveness. It's an offering for unconditional love to yourself, even if you feel unworthy of receiving it, because of past experiences, hurt, or whatever else.
We're not made of steel.
The line, "If you want, I'll go with you on a journey," is very crucial to the song and the message. And the journey becomes a metaphor for emotional recovery. The journey isn't away from the pain, but into it. It's a decision to heal even when the wounds are still open and still bleeding. To carry on despite not being and not feeling whole yet. And then come arguably the best and most sincere and lyrically advanced lines. "One day you'll realize that flowers are more beautiful when you water them. You've cut me so many times." Here again we see the symbol of the flower, fragile, easily damaged, and most importantly, something that cannot bloom without care. It's a metaphor for humans in general, and it expresses how healing isn't a loud transformation. It's a quiet act of nurturing, of learning to forgive yourself for the pain you've carried and realizing that not everything is your fault, and that you cannot keep going with the mentality that everything is your fault.
It has nothing to do with you.
It's taking a step back, taking your inner child's hand, confronting your demons and saying, "I forgive myself." By the time we reach the final line, "Go on a journey with me," the pronoun shift is everything. The plea is no longer external, it's an invitation inward, to the self, the hurt, the healing. Not a surrender, but a soft reclamation, saying, "I'm not giving up on myself."
I can't. Get out.
In the end, Voyage isn't overcoming for applause, it's about learning to live with yourself, scars and all. Just immediately. Tier 1, tier 1, tier 1. No doubt, all divas, no human beings. This is just even beyond divas.
He's got to be the winner. Sorry, Shah.
I love these lyrics more than I love myself, which is already pretty fucking insane. This should speak volumes.
I love it. I love you, darling.
Off to the next song, which I would certainly not be biased to, like, I have no reason to really...
Зрозумій, суко, ми українці.
Pira, the horse is here.
The horse is here.
We are moving on to Ukraine. Just cause I'm biased doesn't mean you have the right to start whining and shit. You will listen and you will agree. When a Slavic twink is speaking, listen and learn.
Shut the fuck. Sit down and shut up.
So, the focal point of the lyricism of Bird of Prey is directly demonstrated in the title. Bird of Prey, spelled with an A.
Dyslexia.
Turning this bird into a symbol of hope and undying faith. And despite being fragile as it's a bird, it turns into a symbol of resilience and memory, a symbol of the spiritual plea, a desperate, sacred invocation to hold on, to fly, to live. Fly like a bird, where do you go? I'm begging you, please, just live. Share my heart with someone who cares. The bird is also a symbol of migration, survival, and yearning for home, which is deeply tied to the context of Ukraine nowadays, where millions have been displaced by the brutal genocidal war, and where so many lives have been shattered and scattered. The protagonist turns to the bird with the lines, "Return and lead us back home, the familiar path," turning the bird into a guide for them and their people to lead them back to where once happiness and peace thrived, to bring back the spring. And here the spring is a metaphor for hope and renewal. It's also a metaphor for that inner resilience. The repeated address to the little bird blurs lines between personal loss and national trauma. As it's a very endearing term, little bird, it becomes deeply personal. That entire nation, those people just sharing heritage, unite as into a sort of a family represented by the little bird. The repeated plea for someone who cares demonstrates the reality of many Ukrainians whose grief and pain have been met with fatigue and or silence by the outside world.
I'm not upset, I'm fucking angry.
This turns the song into both a personal cry and a broader call not to look away from the atrocities happening in Ukraine, and a reminder that behind every displaced soul or lost home is a need not just for aid, but for genuine human recognition.
I've said what I came to say.
It's a very hated entry, and I hate this fandom for hating this entry because it's so powerful and beautiful, and it's more than deserving of Tier 2 Salvador Sobral Award. Вертай се додому. And wrapping up this lovely video on a very shitty note, we have the UK.
What the hell just
Oh, what was just doing, you guys, over in the UK? What are we doing, Bobs?
Don't talk shite.
Sorry, but this is just the epitome of every millennial bachelorette party.
Were you thinking it?
No, you said it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get lit tonight and gonna go crazy with the girls. And then they really don't do anything that all that crazy. They just sip on Pink Whitney and go to a club that plays music like Unholy.
Folks, look on your computers.
Freedom, I wanna shave my head. Freedom, paint the whole town red. Freedom, I wanna kiss a stranger. I'm sorry, but all this is giving is she's so crazy, can't take her anywhere. Also, summing up this little public lynch for these lyrics, the line, "Someone lost a shoe," cracks me the fuck up every single time I hear it. I'm sorry, but as soon as I hear, "Someone lost a shoe," Done. Wrap it up, wrap it up. I'm sorry, but this is such an unserious entry. I cannot take it seriously for the love of me.
It was a bit of a laugh. It's tongue-in-cheek, Danielle.
So I would just try to be as nice as possible and just put it into tier for Eurovision So Confusing. That is because UKans, I like you. This is a very big favor and you guys need to repay me sometime soon.
I wanted the money.
So, now we have the entire ranking of the lyricism of Eurovision 2025, and it's time, I think, to call the winner. And it's very hard because, as you can see, in the first year we have like 5 to 6 songs. Sadly, there only, however, can be one winner. The winners of the Gotham Lyricism Award for Eurovision 2025. Drum roll, please. Oh, damn the rules. I'm calling a tie because I can. Joint first place, we have Switzerland and Albania.
2 + 2 is vagina.
Why pick a side when you can swing both ways? And I think this is perfectly accurate for this. We have this genuinely heartbreaking, soul-crushing, emotional ballad about healing and inner growth that I have cried to. Then we have this beautiful, culturally deep and historically relevant and amazingly unique
Dyslexia.
flavor entry. Why should I pick a side when they're both perfect in their own ways?
You are right up my street.
I think a lot of you guys will agree with me. But yeah, as I said, we had some of the worst and some of the best lyricism in the Eurovision 2025 lineup. And I'm very curious to hear, what do you agree with? Do you agree with the winners? What are your favorite lyrics, lines, anything when it comes to lyricism of this year's Eurovision 2025? Please sound off in the comments below. I'm very curious to hear. Thank you so much for joining me for this lovely two-parter series. Ever since we got our songs, I have just been waiting to do my 2025 sequel. I'm very happy I got the opportunity to do so. It has been a pleasure. I love doing this format.
Get a life, get a proper job.
And I'm very glad to hear that so many of you enjoy hearing me over-fixating on lyrics. Over-fixating, hyper-fixating. Sorry, my brain is pain chocolat at this point.
I love Greece!
And this is a perfect segue into me reminding you that you can always subscribe and thus join the Gotham Mental Asylum. We analyze shit, we have fun, we talk shit, we do all of that stupid stuff.
Who cares? Who cares?
And I think you will very much like it here. We're a dysfunctional facility and a family at the same time, so why not join us?
No.
You can also follow me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, where it's just constant rambling, constant stupidity. I have no words sometimes for what I be posting on Twitter.
I'm gonna show you my genitalia. I am queen of vagina, queen of vagina.
But you can also follow me on Instagram, where it's a little more personal, it's a little bit more of my day-to-day life outside of Eurovision, outside of this fandom, outside of this crazy mess of a contest.
Right, this is me checking out. Job's done.
But yeah, that has been it. Thank you so much guys for watching and sticking around. It was your boy, Gotham. It was my pleasure to have you around this time, and see you all very, very soon. And remember, always and forever, it's Gotham.